This video is about adding and subtracting fractions. We're going to have a look at a couple of problems. Adding and subtracting is very similar, so we'll have a go one of each. So let's start with 2/5 and 1/3. So the first thing I just want to explain is when you're adding fractions, the pieces of the fraction must be the same size. So if you imagine a fifth, it might be like this, but a third might be like this, might be a lot bigger. So they are not the same, so you can't add them together because they're not the same. We don't know what we're adding. They're different. So what we have to do is we have to try and make it so that the pieces are the same. We might have more of one still, but we can put them all together and find out how many there are. So that's what we're going to have a go at doing. So to do this, the easiest way is to multiply these two numbers on the bottom. And the reason we do this is to find out how we can chop up 3 and 5 into the same number of pieces. And when we multiply these together, we find the number 15. And this is called a common denominator. 5 is a factor of 15 and 3 is a factor of 15. So they're both the same now, so that means the pieces will be the same size. So to convert this first number, this 2/5, into a number with 15s, what we've actually done, we've timesed it by 3. The whole fraction is times by 3. 3 times 5 is 15. And now we do the top. 3 times 2 is 6. Let's do the same for the other fraction. So this 1/3, that's been timesed by the 5. So 1 times 5 is 5. And 5 times the 3 is the 15. So now the pieces are the same size. We can add them together. So 5 plus 6 is 11. And the number on the bottom is 15ths because we are counting the 15ths up. How many 15ths have we got? We've got 11 of them. So let's try and apply the same thing to the subtraction problem. So the first thing we need to do again is find a common denominator to make the pieces the same size. So the common denominator for this problem will be 20. Both fractions are going to be out of 20. To make the first fraction out of 20, we need to multiply it by 4. So 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 4 is 16. We'll do the same for the other fraction. We times the second half by 5. So 5 times 4 gives us 20. 5 times 1 gives us 5. And now we can subtract the fraction from the other fraction. So we'll have 16 take away 5 is 11. And this time we're counting in 20ths, so it's 11 20ths. So we've had a go at two fractions. Both have the same method, and that is to find a common denominator, this number here, the common denominator. And that's done by multiplying the two denominators together. So that works only for addition and subtraction of fractions. And I will see you in F7.